Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Campbell, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Cornell Notes and how we take them in AP Environmental Science. So today I want to show you, if you've never seen Cornell Notes before, I want to show you how it works. So first of all, I have a notebook here, and I do like to have graph notebook if I can, spiral, but I usually try to have a pretty sturdy one, in that I try to have a plastic cover because it's going to last us for a long time. Purpose of these Cornell Notes is to help us be prepared for an exam, basically, or to help us understand the information. So I've already turned to page 364 in our Miller book, and for those of you who don't know, we're using the Miller Spillman book for AP Edition for Environmental Science. And this focus is going to be on geological hazards, but specifically on plate tectonics. Now, to start taking notes, Cornell Notes, you traditionally divide your piece of paper into a couple of sections. I take a ruler, and there's always a red line down here, and I go just past the red line about halfway. And I'm going to use a marker today, but usually you just use a pencil. And I'm going to mark all the way down to the bottom like this, okay? And then I'm also going to have the top marked across the top, which some people don't always mark that because you already have a blue line up there, but it does help. And then down below on the bottom, I'm going to make another mark. Now, what's the point of this? This is where you have your title and usually the page numbers. Okay. Here's where you take most notes for your text. This is where you have questions or vocab. And down here, you would have a summary. And that is traditionally how we think about Cornell Notes. Now, some teachers may do a little differently, but I'm just going to do the basics with you. And there are lots of videos out there about Cornell Notes. If you're not ever sure, watch it. And I'll try to share one with you. A very popular one out there is combining Cornell Notes with sketch notes, which is very helpful because it helps you think about illustrations then from the Cornell Notes. All right, so I'm going to turn the page in my notebook so that I can get ready. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my marks. I'm going to start up here. I'm going to go all the way down. And I'm going to mark across the top again. And I'm going to mark my summary. Now, I always say to write everything in pencil in a lab notebook or in a Cornell notebook. I'm going to write in pen today. Some people prefer pen, but you want to choose a pen that will not be water soluble. And you'll see why here in a minute. Okay, so we're doing Miller. And I know the pages that were assigned to you started on page 364 and went through the earthquake section and the plate tectonic section and ended up on 369. And our big focus here now will be the plate tectonic section. So I'll put 369. I am going to put today's date so I can kind of keep track of when I was doing this information. So 9/11/2020. Right? To start, I usually put the title here at the top, 14.5. And it says, what are Earth's major geological hazards? And I'll just say geological hazards. Because I know I'm on Earth, not on Mars right now. So I'm just going to do it like that. Now, this is why you want probably to have a really good pencil writing this, or a permanent marker, a permanent ink, because I usually highlight. Today I'm just going to highlight underneath. This is a highlighter. It's a gel highlighter. I find it a little bit better than the other highlighters because it doesn't soak through. I'll show you on the other side. Some highlighters do soak through, particularly pink, but I like the gel highlighters. They seem to work the best. All right. So as I look at this page, as I look down through, I know I have some bold words I have tectonic plates here. I have earthquake here. I also have some italicized words, like down here it has seismic waves in focus. All right. My big thing is I want to make sure I have tectonic plates down. So before I do anything else and I scan anything else, I'm going to write tectonic plates here because I know that's the focus of the CED. And the CED is what we are studying for the APES test. So, and I will come back to it how we will add the CED to our notes. So normally I would just put an arrow over here and then I would write down the definition right here. I'm going to leave it for right now, but I know that's important. All right. Then I start the next section, the earth beneath your feet. And again, I'm making it kind of brief. And I'm just going to underline it like that. I know it says the earth beneath your feet is moving, but I'm just making it brief. Notice I tried to leave some space. I hope I left enough room here for the vocab. If I didn't, I'll find out soon enough. And then we just read down through. It says we tend to think of the Earth's crust, mantle, and core as fairly static. However, according to geologists, the flows of energy and heated material within the Earth's convection cells, which was further back in the chapter, are so powerful that they have caused the lithosphere to break up into dozens or so huge rigid plates called tectonic plates, which move extremely slowly atop the asthenosphere. All right, so what in that little paragraph do I want to know? I want to know that tectonic plates are moving on the lithosphere. And so I'm just going to make a bullet for myself, and I'm going to say tectonic plates move on the lithosphere. Actually, it's not really truly the lithosphere. It's atop the stenosphere, which is in the bottom part of that paragraph. So my geology friends would know I said it incorrectly. So tectonic plates move on the asthenosphere, and that causes the lithosphere to break up. Okay, so the tectonic plates, are the lithosphere that's broken apart. All right, now, so we know already because we watched a video in class and we also looked at a simulation of what the Earth looks like. But basically, and I'm going to add a sketch note here, I know that if I have the Earth set up like this, and you don't have to draw anything fancy, just make it look like cracks all the way around the Earth, right? So these are going to represent the plates. So cracks are the edges of the plates. And then these plates float on top of the asthenosphere. So the asthenosphere is down underneath. So, all right, that's some more information. If you're not familiar with that in Earth and space science, you probably would need to go back and make sure you know the word asthenosphere, make sure you know the word lithosphere, because those are maybe two words you can't quite remember from when you had Earth and space science, but it's something you definitely need to know to understand plate tectonics. All right, so then I would continue down through the rest of this section. Usually I might be able to get one more thing in here, and then down here is where I'm going to have my summary. And a summary is usually just one sentence that summarizes everything that you have written on this page. It may be more than one section. It may be this section and this section, but you need to put a summary statement in here that tells me, what did I learn on this page? If you feel like you have to write more than one sentence, then do so, because that is going to help you. You are going to use this information to help you study for the test. All right. Hope that's helpful. I'm going to have another video that will explain how do we incorporate the CEDs into this. All right. Thanks for watching.